Eric, what is that sadness I see behind your eyes?
Well, I'm getting ghosted right now by an investor who seemed really excited about Hustle Fund, and they simply have not responded to my messages as of late.
Well, now you know what it's like to be a founder. Okay, I think one thing that founders probably don't realize is that emerging VC managers like Hustle Fund may be more similar to startup founders than the large institutional VC funds that we often think about in our industry.
That's right, Janelle. So, I am the guy who leads fundraising for Hustle Fund, and I find that this exercise of raising capital for the fund is a wonderful empathy reminder for how hard it is for founders out there raising capital.
So, in this episode of Uncapped Notes, we're going to address the similarities and differences in fundraising for founders and VC funds. Let's start with how VC fundraising is different than founder fundraising. What stands out as a big difference to you, Eric?
So I've done both before as a founder in the past and now running this VC fund today. But in general, I do find that raising capital for Hustle Fund is a lot easier. And the reason why is that we don't have to worry about product market fit. Our product is super simple. We'll take your investor dollars, allocate it into the best companies that we can find, and hopefully later we can return a bunch of money back as founders go through IPOs, M&A events, secondaries, etc.
That really is different than an early stage founder's experience, who early on just have an exciting vision or thesis for their business, but don't necessarily have any proven product market fit.
That's exactly right, Janelle. When I was raising capital for previous startups that I ran, this was always the big hurdle to overcome to convince investors that my team was smart enough and my industry was exciting enough to figure out product market fit someday.
Okay, so that is a key difference in how VC fundraising might be different than startup fundraising, but how are these two processes similar?
It's similar in so many ways. So first, let's talk about leads. One of the biggest jobs of running a fundraise process is to ensure that you have a lot of leads. You have a process then to nurture those leads. And finally, you need to find a way to follow up with those leads and close those leads. And in general, I gotta say, you wanna never run out of leads either.
And how does this all work in practice?
That means that I am constantly fundraising. Even when we aren't running a formal process, I'm trying to speak to LPs or limited partners. That's the term for anyone who invests in funds. I try to speak to 1 to 3 of those LP leads each week. And during a national fundraise process, I'll speak to upwards of 20 to 30 LP leads per week.
The idea is always be pitching, which is something that the best founders are constantly doing to anyone who will listen. But talk a bit more about how you develop these leads and close them.
So in terms of sourcing, a lot of it now for Hustle Fund is word of mouth. We have been around for almost 7 years and have developed some brand. So our unfair advantage is that our existing LPs talk about us to their friends. And tons of LPs also engage us through our content, including Uncapped Notes. So as these leads come in, I try to schedule quick meetings and share introductions.
And then what comes next?
So all these interactions with our LP leads gets documented in our CRM. And that is when I start to do things like invite interested parties to our LP newsletters, invite them to our events, and when we are running a process, set up time to talk about the opportunity to invest. And this is really similar to what we advise our own founders to do as they develop their own fundraising leads as well.
So we've spoken about this part before in other episodes of Uncapped Notes, but I think the most painful part of the fundraising process is shared between investors and founders. It's the organization of the fundraise. When you are in full fundraising mode, there can be dozens, if not hundreds, of interested investors whom you will be speaking with in parallel. You don't want to drop those conversations, so it's important to have a system in place, be it a CRM tool or even a great assistant if you can get one, to help with the scheduling and follow-up.
I think this is a really great point that you're raising, Janelle. This is true for both founders as well as venture capital funds, but it's all about this organization And maybe at the end of the day, this is even more important than the quality of the pitch itself.
So this Uncapped Notes episode is not meant to be an exhaustive walkthrough of how fundraising is similar or different for fund managers versus startup founders, but we wanted to give you a peek into what it looks like on our side of the table.
We have a lot of love for startup founders because this whole damn thing is so difficult. Not just the fundraising, but also creating something from nothing and convincing the world that they need your thing.
As cringy as this might sound, we really do try to run Hustle Fund as a startup. Our fundraising processes are similar to what founders go through, and we truly empathize. We do this while building a bunch of things in parallel, just like our founders.
Just like this episode of Uncapped Notes, and hopefully this gives you a glimpse inside our world as VCs and that you enjoyed this episode.
And don't forget to like and subscribe to Uncapped Notes.